Yes, we can see.
Okay. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. So how many of you have ordered any kind of a food in last 24 hours? Yeah. Just a
Yes,
simple question. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Maybe most of you
Yes,
have done that. Correct? Yeah.
yes,
Maybe you ordered something on an e-commerce website.
correct.
Yes, absolutely. Have you ever wondered what goes into running that complete infrastructure, running that complete application, running that complete database which is supporting that particular website or application?
Not really from my
Yeah,
side.
never. Okay. Yeah, most of you might have seen Netflix. Yeah, it's one of the most complex system in the world. Yeah, all is driven by certain principles, which we are going to look in today's session. Yeah, we are not going to go into deep as to what Netflix has done in their environment, but we'll understand the basic principles, building blocks, why the adoption of DevOps has provided the right mix of technology, mindset, tools to create such a big and a mammoth system which is functioning flawless across the globe. Okay, and you can be part of such kind of organization if you build your skill on DevOps. Yeah. So in today's world, everything is a software. Yeah, everything is based upon software. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years back, there was very limited kind of interaction with any application based software which we were interacting on a day-to-day basis. Mostly it might be in your offices, but nothing in your day-to-day use. Yeah. Everything what we are running on a server is a service we are consuming. And any service which is not given in a right manner is going to create some sort of a friction or some sort of a noise. Hmm? Okay. So the aim of any software which we are going to consume and the services based upon it needs to be error prone. Yeah. They need to be error
What's
prone.
going on?
Yeah. And you should be very, very fast enough to actually consume that from the provider of those services. Hmm? Okay. When people are working on this, providing this kind of a service to you, there might be n number of things they are doing in the back end, and that can lead to some sort of friction, whether this was working right sometime back, now it is failing, and that can lead to unnecessary customer dissatisfaction. Yeah, every services which are being offered as a kind of a SaaS model or a software based application is going to create a good impression or a bad impression in front of a customer. Any delay in delivering those experience is equal to money loss. Yeah. So in today's world, if your IT becomes a bottleneck, yeah, you are going to face a huge amount of loss as a monetary loss, customer satisfaction, and as well as a loss to your reputation in the business. Hmm? So this is the complete crux of the problem we are trying to solve when we start using DevOps. We'll see one by one what are the things which are good. What are the different symptoms when it comes to a application? Yeah, something is working in a internal application, but when I am hosting it externally to my end users, it is creating issues. What can be the problem? Yeah, everything was working fine in a environment which is internal. We call it as a lower environment, and it is not working in the production. Yeah, very, very simple. Defect is observed in the production. It was not there in the lower environment, and it was not there in the QA. It was not there in the dev. It was not there in the stage environment. These are the jargons people in this industry are using. Have you heard of this jargon? Lower environment, higher environment, production environment?
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Wonderful. Okay, good. So yeah, now if you are able to reduce this kind of a defects going into your production. Yeah, if you are able to fix that issue, yeah, diagnose that issues very quickly, yeah, that can really improve your application delivery, and that can be a symptom for a defect which is getting released into your production, inability to diagnose. Yeah, and because of that there might be a lot of blame shifting, finger pointings, and all those things. Yeah, in today's world, in application development there are two, I would say, camp. One is the developer and second is the QA. Yeah, developer will say I have my software is working absolutely fine without any issues, without any bugs and all those things. The person in the QA camp, quality assurance, yeah, is always going to try to find out any kind of issues, and he will be the one who's going to oppose, no, your application has n number of bugs, I cannot go and move ahead. Yeah, and this is also one of the reason that you see a delay in terms of releasing your application. Yeah, that has to be a synergy. Yeah, but yes, we'll see that how we can do. Lot of times this application development, we are depending on manual efforts. Yeah, yes, we want to code it, yeah, we want to do it manually, but then lot of things we can automate. Yeah, and if they are not in a place and there are manual errors, those are the symptoms of defect getting released into production. Okay, all this boils down to the human capacity, human quality of life, and all those things. Yeah, so though the quality of life will drastically degrade if you see continuous problems, yeah, in the application development life cycle. Okay, so why? Yeah, why? I told you we should ask why for anything and everything which is there. Yeah, why are you here? Yeah, you should ask yourself, why are you here, and what are you going to get from this? Okay, in terms of the application development, it is all about bringing the right services for our customers, and there are two people who are going to help us to achieve that. One is the business people who are going to bring the requirement that my customer is going to need so and so service at such a such manner, and the second one is the person who's going to make it happen for the business. Yeah, for them to actually work in a synergy, work in an alignment, that is going to solve the problem. Okay, every businesses will have a demand. Okay, and because maybe the business explained the problem in a manner which is not understood by IT, that can be very cost sensitive. Yeah, that can create a lot of issues. Okay, so another thing which can help you is to use some sort of a legacy architecture, some sort of a legacy systems in your environment. And those can be another reason why you are not able to serve your customer in a better manner by using all the application which are at your disposal. So that's why there are multiple problems which are there and which needs to be solved. Okay, any questions so far? Do you understood what problem we are trying to solve now?
Money problem.
That's the problem for the complete whole global problem. Yeah, that will never be solved. Yeah. Okay, any other thing? Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, there's this meme reminds me of the various things uh, what every developer, every engineer is afraid of. Yeah, that everything was working fine in a lower environment, and when I have put that code into production environment, my house is on fire. Yeah, there's a very famous meme that everything was working fine in dev environment, but then the the issue happened at the production. And yeah, what can be the reason why somebody might say it? Yeah, you ask me to deliver that very fast. Yeah, you ask me to do lot of new changes. Yeah, you ask me to do lot of feature release in one go. Yeah, and that can be one of the reason that it might burn your house. Yeah, literally. Okay, so who can save you from this? Yeah, anybody?
DevOps Engineer.
Okay, anybody else? Yeah,
Yes, this is the job of DevOps engineers, because
very
I
good.
think they are working as an intermediary between the developers and operations.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, I like that. Yeah, so we have a superhero. Yeah, we have a superhero who's going to save you, and that's nothing but all of you. Yeah, and believe me, if you're not feeling that you are the superhero, trust me, you have to be superhero, because you are going to juggle lot many things. Yeah, in your journey as a DevOps engineer, you have to be on your toe every time, because there are so many things which are coming your way at a very rapid space. Okay, so we need somebody, a superhero, to rescue from all those things. Yeah, and how do you do that? Okay, so before we go there, I want to show some of the powerful stats. Yeah, so lot of organization, and to be precise, 86% of organization, they see a value by implementing DevOps. Yeah, this is coming from the HBR. Yeah, the market in terms of monetary for the DevOps is going to be more than 25 billion in 2028. Yeah, in 10 organization, 3 are going to tell you that their cloud spend is going to be huge. Yeah, they want to reduce that. Okay, and 85% of DevOps providers says they'll be implementing a shared service model soon. Yeah. Okay. Very good. And 70%, 75% DevOps team comprise of 12 people who are looking at different DORA metrics to actually measure the developer efficiencies. Okay. Now, if you look at all these numbers are pointing into one direction, and that there is going to be a huge demand in terms of the job of a DevOps engineer, in terms of a job as a DevOps evangelist, and there are many other things which are related to the DevOps. Okay, fine.
Yeah. So one question here, like
Mhm.
shown us the previous slide, it means the higher chances of a DevOps engineer getting a job in the market.
Yes,
In the market. Okay.
yes. Hmm?
Sir, how about AI? AI is taking jobs, so how about this one, DevOps jobs?
So I would like to tell you one thing. Yeah. Um, During the dot-com boom, yeah, a lot of people thought that the IT industry is going to die. Yeah, the industry is not going to move ahead. Yeah, and we survived. Yeah, we survived, thrived, and we actually, yeah, moved ahead of all those things. And how did we do that? Yeah, rather than thinking those tools as a kind of a competition to our creativity, innovation, and our ingenuity, we should make them as a enabler for us to work more efficiently. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you have heard a news. There is one application, or there's a one coding tool, coding assistant tool called Replit. Yeah, it has deleted the production environment even after having different guardrails in it, and without having any backup of that production database and all. Yeah. Do you think somebody will actually actually trust that kind of a system? Answer might be yes, answer might be no. Why? Because it might be just one-off case. Yeah. So you need to make sure that the AI is going to be a tool to enable you to work fast rather being a competition with you. Okay. Believe me, we as a human are very, very creative, very innovative. Okay. So what is DevOps? Okay, this term DevOps was coined by Patrick Debonis, yeah, in 29. Yeah, it's formed using two words, which is nothing but a development and a operation. If you look at the definition, is nothing but a collaboration of developing, deploying software, yeah, by two people. One is the software developer, and then another one is the IT information, yeah, information technology professional. Okay, so it's a kind of a amalgamation of two words, development and operation. Yeah, how do you work better? Yeah, DevOps gives you the way you have to work better. It tells you these are the principles you have to follow to get a better result. How do you think? You think more alike. Yeah, you break the silos and you have the shared responsibility when you are working on in DevOps. Yeah. So what are the things which are going to govern? Yeah. When we are working as a DevOps engineer, yeah, there are few concepts. There are few principles, there are practices, and the enabler tools for us to succeed as a DevOps engineer. Yeah, as a developer. Yes. Yeah. So any questions so far? I am not focusing on the chat. So if you want to speak up, that would be a better option. Yeah. Okay. Devs can be taken by chat GPT, correct? Not correct. Okay. What about DevSecOps? Yeah. DevSecOps is all about security. Yeah. Automating the security. Okay. Operation. Then in future, DevOps scope is bright. Yes, it is. Okay, Sumant, yes. Very young developer. Yeah, trust me, very young developer. People are coding in sixth year, second standard, first standard. So don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, go ahead. Somebody was asking something. Okay, I'm not able to hear you properly. You are breaking? Can you repeat it? Yes, no? You can try again. Hello? Okay, please drop a message in the chat. Okay, so what are going to be the key things we have to worry? Now, you might be wondering, okay, we are talking about everything theory, everything kind of a lecture, okay, but this is nothing but just a start in terms of what you are going to see. The class which you are going to enroll is all about hands-on experience. DevOps is all about hands-on experience. We are going to do almost 70%, 80% hands-on stuff, and only 20-30% concept which are going to help you to implement those hands-on stuff. Yeah. So that's what we are going to do in this class. But just to take that importance of DevOps, I am actually giving you a use case of the different business impact it has. So DevOps have different principles. We follow different practices, and then the tool help us. So let's look at one by one. What are the different principles? Okay. So it works on certain principles. It works on a principle called CAMS, which is nothing but culture, people, process, and tools. Yeah. So these are very, very important. It's kind of like you create a kind of a culture where you are collaborating with people, where you are following certain processes laid down, be it a kind of a automated process or a manual process, and use the right set of tools to actually reach the end result. Hmm? In DevOps, there's one very, very important concept is about automating anything and everything which is possible. Okay, so doing automation of various things, what you are going to do in the your day-to-day activity is going to help you lead to a better result. Yeah, so you inculcate the the practice of automating thing, reducing the human dependencies, thereby actually reducing the human errors. Yeah, tools like infrastructure as a service, like ISE is nothing but an infrastructure as a code. This is a concept where you are writing a code to build your infrastructure. There are different tools which enable you to do that. Yeah, so you need to use some sort of automation. In DevOps, whatever we are doing needs to be measurable. Yeah, everything what we do has to be measurable. That's how we can create a kind of a feedback loop. Yeah, that measurable thing will be able to improve on whatever we have done as part of our complete life cycle, and then improve on it. Again, sharing feedback, collaboration is very, very critical for the success of your DevOps. Yeah. Then any question, any doubt in this? No?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, in DevOps, do we need to learn any programming language or no?
Okay. So this is a very common question. Yeah. Now, in today's world, okay, where we see everything is being driven as an application, yeah, you need to have some sort of a understanding how software works, how software coding works. You need to have skill set on Python, shell scripting, yeah, JSON, YAML. Okay, these are the most common scripting things, languages which are being used when you are working in DevOps. When you want to automate some of the things, you use the Python library Boto 3 to build some infrastructure. If you want to do some sort of a task, simple automation task, you use shell scripting. Yeah. If you want to write any kind of a Kubernetes manifest file, then you use YAML. Yeah, so you need to have those skill set to be successful. Yeah, it is not a prerequisite, but to be successful you have to understand that. And in today's world, this has taken a backstage. Why? Because you have so many tools at your disposal that you can do anything and everything by writing a natural language prompt. Okay, so anybody who thinks that I am not good at development, how can I be a DevOps engineer? No, that's not the right thinking. You can be a DevOps engineer, but all you need to do is to actually work on those skill set. Yeah, having the right way of working smart can give you better result rather than being a very hard coder. Yeah, can achieve. So yes, you need to have that knowledge. Yeah.
So do we need any cloud account prior the DevOps?
For this class, yes, we will use a cloud service provider to do some testing, to build system on top of it and utilize it. But
Okay,
don't worry,
so
you are not going to pay for it. We will use something which is in a kind of a free of cost.
okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which cloud we are using, sir? Like AWS, GCP,
We
or
will
Azure
use
for DevOps?
AWS. We will use AWS.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else?
Sir, is it necessary as like an question when companies hires DevOps trainer?
Can you repeat that? I did not get you. Hello? Potman? Yeah. Can you tell me that? Can you repeat that? Sorry, I'm not able to hear you, but can you repeat that?
Freshers in DevOps related job.
I'm sorry, but did anybody understood what she said? Can somebody repeat?
No, she's asking about DevOps related jobs.
DevOps related jobs.
DevOps related jobs. Okay. So there is a huge demand for DevOps related job. Yeah. And 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 if you are having the right skill set, if you work, okay, think this 6 months yeah, as a kind of a phase which will transform your life. Yeah, and if you are ready to give this 6 months, next 6 months, to study, to practice, to actually learn new things, yeah, that can change your life, that can change everything. Yeah, yes, there are n number of jobs, people are not, there are not skilled people available in the market to fulfill those demands. So there's a huge gap in terms of the demand and the supply. So there are jobs.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Like most of DevOps related openings require 3 to 4 years of minimum experience. Normally, what I have seen in different job portals. So,
Okay.
as a fresher in this domain, how do we bridge that gap? Because they will treat us as a fresher without
Hmm.
any experience.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Correct. So I think that's not a right, I would say, assumption, because there are jobs with 3 to 4 years experience for DevOps. There are jobs for DevOps as fresher as well. There are n number of startups which are actually hiring people right after the college or even within the college. There are multiple internship opportunities where you have the time to actually show your skills and get the job. Okay, so it's not a mandatory that you need to have 3 to 4 years of experience. Freshers are also getting jobs. I have seen many people who are working hard on their skill, demonstrating those skills, whether it is kind of creating a project, showcasing their skills at certain tech conferences, yeah, and creating blogs, all those things, they are going to help to land a job.
then I have a follow-up question. Would you help us to land up in this kind of interview? Like
Interview?
for, in those companies who are hiring freshers, I'm not asking you for job guarantee, but would you help us to get into at least on interview for these companies who are
So,
hiring
so
freshers?
yeah, so one of the important thing is to bring and have look out for the opportunities. Yeah, so look out for opportunities is going to give you more visibility. Where are the jobs? Yeah, we can help you at a certain level, but again, keeping your eyes open. Yeah, there are n number of resources where you can, and I can tell you in my other sessions that where do you go and look for jobs for a fresher?
Yes,
What are
yes,
the
yes.
right companies?
That's more than enough.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
I have one question. Like, see, I have 10 years of experience,
Uh-huh.
and now I don't. I want to switch to DevOps role. Okay,
Okay.
and there I have to start from zero because I don't have knowledge. Whatever I am going to learn in the
Yeah.
next 6 months,
Huh.
how can I put in my resume 10 years of experience but zero experience in DevOps role? How I'll present myself? That's a question because many
Yes.
of us will
Correct.
have some IT experience for sure.
Correct. Correct. So I think we have to look at in a two parts. For one is what are you bringing with 10 years of experience? So I'll take a hypothetical case. I don't know your background, okay, but I take a hypothetical case that 10 years you are working in a IT support organization or a role, yeah, where you are supporting somebody to fix some Office 365 issues, SharePoint, yeah, Windows laptop, Linux laptop, all those issues. Correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a hypothetical. Now, how can this experience complement to the new technology, which is nothing but a DevOps, to get a job? Okay. So what you can do is you can show that you have the right knowledge of Linux, right knowledge of the operating system. Yeah, along with the different tools which are going to help in a faster deployment of any application uh, release life cycle. Yeah. So you have to complement that earlier knowledge with the new skill set and demonstrate that you know everything what is written in your CV. I have seen many CVs of people who have written 10 numbers, 10 languages, yeah, 10 tools, and n number of things. Okay. Now, when somebody sees your CV and he sees that, yeah, he has done a Java based project, okay, and he used different class libraries and all those things. The first thing this person is going to ask you is, what did you do in the project? And then you will tell him oh, I did this part, I did not work on the coding, I was taking care of the documentation and all those things, gone. Yeah. So whatever you are writing on your CV should be, you should know thoroughly. Yeah, for anybody who's experienced in 10 years, okay,
Right.
should be able to demonstrate that knowledge. That will build a trust that yes, whatever you have done in 10 years, and now you are trying to apply for a DevOps role, you know the things you have done. If you, and for you need to put some sort of a projects where you have worked on a, on some sort of a building systems, building applications and all those things. When you put that in your CV, and if you are able to defend whatever you have written, that
Right.
will create a trust, and that's how you should get an entry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Yeah.
your answer.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
Sir,
I have one question. May I know what all tools that you cover in this DevOps?
Okay. So we are going to cover. So can you hold on your question? We will just move to the next slides, and I will answer that.
Sure.
Hmm?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Freshers के लिए DevOps job. Yes, there are a lot many of them. In Upwork's website, try DevOps job. Sumant, very good. Are you here to learn or to market? I'm not sure. Okay. Wonderful. Uh, Fine. So when we say DevOps, okay, we have to change the mindset. Yeah, you change the mindset of the people who are working and use the tool to create a kind of a application-driven world. Okay, so I will look at the practice different practices which are being followed in a DevOps. Okay, now I will touch base on few of them. Yeah, first of all, whatever we are doing in any kind of a software delivery lifecycle, SDLC. Okay, this is a term we will hear many a times. Software delivery lifecycle. It starts with your application code. Yeah, it starts with writing a code. And for writing a code, you need to have some sort of a version control system. That I have written something as a kind of a code. Yeah, whatever I have written, can I have different version of it? Can I collaborate with my other team members? What will happen that the code was working fine when I made certain changes. After the next change, it stopped working. Yeah, all those things can be taken care by using some version control system. Yeah, or people will also call it as source code management system. Hmm? So this is one of the important practice. What are the tools we use? We use something called as a Git. We can use Bitbucket. All those things are going to help you to do the version control. Then you apply the toolchain approach. What is toolchain approach? Yeah, many of you must have heard of the assembly line in a automobile factory. What is that? That is nothing but following a certain step-by-step approach to get the end result as a car or a bike or anything. They are following a toolchain approach. What is this? They are using right set of tools in a sequence, in a manner, maybe parallel as well, to get the end result. And that is what we are going to do when we are working as a DevOps engineer. We will inculcate the toolchain approach to actually use different tools to get to the end result. Then, in today's world, the DevOps job role has actually complemented the development in the virtualization technique. The, the, the increase in adoption of the cloud, the increase in adoption of the container technologies. Yeah, all those has accelerated the job which are there in the market for DevOps, the things we are doing as a DevOps engineer, and so on. So learning a cloud environment is very, very important. All of you, whether it's you are application developer, whether you are a QA, whether you are an IT guy, yeah, everybody needs to understand and learn cloud environment. That has become a de facto default system to learn now. Then we use something called as CI/CD. Okay, what is CI/CD? Is nothing but abbreviated as continuous integration, continuous deployment delivery. This is the principle we are going to use when we are actually taking our software, building something on it, deploying it on a server, and using it. So we are going to use the CI/CD. Yeah. Then anything and everything which we are doing has to be monitored proactively. We need to have the right metrics to see whether my pipeline is taking n number of hours to do something. Yeah. Where is my pipeline stuck? How can I fix that? Doing a proactive monitoring of it is going to be a very, very important. So these are the some of the uh, practices we follow in the DevOps. Yeah. And now on the next slide, what we are going to do is the tools. Yeah. Somebody asked the question. Okay. Out of this tools, we are going to work on Jenkins. We are going to work on Git. We are going to work on Maven. We are going to work on Chef, Ansible. And apart from this, we are going to work on cloud providers like AWS. We are going to work with ISC tool like Terraform. We are going to work on Docker and we are going to work on Kubernetes. Yeah. For monitoring, we will use Prometheus and Grafana. Okay. So this is a complete DevOps toolchain ecosystem, which is going to help you to learn the different key components to be successful as a DevOps engineer. And that's why I said that your job is a kind of a difficult job because you have to learn so many things as the progress happens in the industry. Okay. Any questions, any queries on this?
Would you also teach Azure?
With this, we are not teaching Azure because the intent of this class is to just understand one cloud. And that is not also in depth. We are going to teach bare minimum what is needed for us to perform certain task. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so coming towards the Docker, so we will be just learning like how to deploy, or we will be also working on the like containers and then using some application on it.
So we are going to build our Docker image. We are going to see how do we write a Docker file. We are going to see how we are going to use that Docker file to build certain application. We are going to look at Kubernetes. We are going to see how we use Kubernetes to build application, do deployment, use services, replicate to actually scale your Kubernetes application and so on.
Okay, thanks.
I have a question.
Hmm?
What is solutions architect?
Solution architect.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you understand by it?
Solutions, a person who is, I think, providing certain solutions, and how would that solution, how would he deliver the solution? There is a plan or maybe a sketch or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Solution
Okay.
architect.
Anybody else want to take a stab at it? Then I will add.
Yeah, solution architect designs and oversees the implementation of technical solutions and that meet business needs, business requirements, and also create architectural blueprint for the softwares and systems and which are fitting into the existing enterprise environment. So need to understand business.
Hello, somebody's there?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay. So to answer to your question, so what is solution architect? Now, there can be different context to it. Okay. Solution architect is nothing but a person who's going to provide you a solution to a certain problem. Yeah. He will design the building blocks to solve your problem. This is a very generic statement. Okay. Now, if somebody asks me, what is a solution architect for a IT organization? So what I will do is I will tell you that solution architect is a person who's going to help you to build a scalable, reliable, fault tolerant, highly secure environment within your environment. He is the one who's going to use the different blocks and build a complete cohesive ecosystem to run your application, run your product on top of it. So he is the solution architect for you. Okay.
Oh yeah, and actually one more thing. So
Uh-huh.
while we are using Terraform as ISC, so we will be using modules or we will be writing the script down.
We are not going to go in depth. We are not going to write any modules. Yeah. All we
Okay.
are going to understand is what is all about Terraform. How do you use different building blocks of Terraform? What is state file? How do you use data? All those things. What is the use of module? And so on. But we are not going to go in depth of Terraform because all these tools, whatever I have told you, okay, Kubernetes can be a complete course of almost 60 to 80 hours. Yeah. Your
Okay.
Terraform can be a complete course of almost 25 to 30 hours. Yeah. Which we are not going to do. Why? Because we have to cover many things and we want to make sure that you understand those things practically and able to perform certain basic to intermediate job. Okay, and which on top of it, then you will build your skills, build your specialty in that, and then work for it.
Okay, so the project we are getting through this course, so are we able to work on that means if we want to?
Yes, you will be able to work on that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any more questions before?
Sir, what is the difference between the cloud computing and the DevOps engineering?
Cloud computing and DevOps. Okay, so DevOps, as we saw, is nothing but a kind of a framework which uses different principles, practices, and tools to get a certain things done. Okay, your cloud compute is nothing but the underlying infrastructure which is needed for you to build your servers. On top of the servers, you then going to build the application, and the servers can be part of your DevOps pipeline. Yeah. So compute
So,
is
sir,
nothing but infrastructure.
infrastructure. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
And one more thing, sir. If you said that server is belongs to DevOps, means you have to separately learn server backup or RDBMS like SQL servers or MS SQL or whatever. We
Yeah.
have to learn separately or including in that we can learn. Is it
So,
possible?
so as part of DevOps, this course, what we are going to do, we are going to learn certain basic concept. What is a virtual machine in a cloud? How do you build a virtual machine in a cloud? What are the security measures you are going to build around it? What is the networking concept we are going to use it? We are not going to go into the RDBMS. We are not going to write any kind of a SQL script and all those things. Yes, but it is expected that you know basic of Windows Linux system, and I'm going to teach you whatever we need for building some sort of a shell scripting, building some sort of a application on Linux Windows. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Any questions?
Sir, I have a question.
Huh.
Like how to become a AWS solutions architect? Is it included in this course?
No, it is not included. Okay. So there's a separate class for the cloud, which will give you good hands-on experience along with understanding the concept or how do you build up complete application. What are the components which goes into a complete application when you are building anything on the cloud. But this course will not cover that.
But would this course help me to get some knowledge to become a solutions architect?
So you have to understand the different building blocks, yeah, how different component integrate with each other. But
Okay.
if you're asking me if I want to become a solution architect for
Yes.
AWS cloud, then you need
Yes.
to understand different building blocks of the AWS. Those will help you to actually then fit the right things in the puzzle and solve the complete puzzle. But
Okay.
this course is not going to teach you AWS as such. We are going to use the basic minimum things. It is expected for this course that you understand little bit of cloud.
So there is a different course for solutions architect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You can get in touch with the admin
Okay.
They will help you with that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it a prerequisite to learn DevOps tools first? Then we can move on to solutions architect, or
I would say, sorry, you should learn cloud first and then DevOps. Yeah.
okay.
My
Okay.
recommendation for all of you, if you are very new to cloud, then learn
Yes.
cloud and then use those knowledge when you are learning DevOps. Yeah. That is
Okay.
my way of going to be for everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood. Okay. Understood.
Yeah. Anything else?
Do we use Terraform or Ansible in this course?
So we are going to cover Terraform and Ansible both.
Both.
Yeah.
So
But
what
not
is
in
the
the
use
depth.
of both? To my knowledge, I couldn't relate the difference between Terraform and Ansible.
Yeah.
So why it is needed?
Okay. So see, look at large organizations. Yeah. So I'll first give an example of an Ansible. Look at large organization where we have hundreds of systems, hundred of servers and all those things. Yeah. Now, if I want to patch one machine, yeah, I can very well log in into it and just do a patching of it. Okay. What if there are hundreds and thousands of machines? Is it a kind of a scalable thing to go and log in into each and every machine? No. Correct? Answer is no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So what these tools, Ansible, Chef, Puppet, they are kind of a configuration management tools. What they do is they will be able to configure your system based upon certain configuration and help you to do it at scale. Okay, so it is going to ease the job of a DevOps to manage the configuration on those servers. Now, all this tool can also help you to build the infrastructure and then build the configuration on top of it. Okay. On the other hand, the Terraform is a pure play infrastructure as a tool. Okay, with Terraform also you can do configuration, but then the intent of Terraform is to build kind of a infrastructure. Yeah. Terraform is cloud agnostic. Yeah. You can build infrastructure using Terraform for Azure, Google, AWS, Oracle, anything. Yeah. Same goes for Ansible and Puppet, but then they are more of a configuration management tools. Yeah, Terraform is more of a infrastructure as a code tool. I hope I answered you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, what we will do, we will end the session, today's session, but I will take maybe a couple of questions and then we'll end it.
Yes, sir. I have a question.
I have a question.
Please go.
Okay. Yeah. Sarvana Kumar, go ahead. Hello. Okay.
Yeah. Complete the cloud. Hello. I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. You have told that.
I lost you. I'm not able to hear. Anybody able to hear?
No, sir.
Complete the cloud.
Hello, I have
And
a
after
question.
Can you repeat, Sarvana
Hello?
Kumar?
Yeah, I am repeating.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I think there's an issue with your network. We are not able to hear you.
His voice is not audible.
Yeah.
It's echoing.
Let me ask my question. Please, how much coding is needed in this course?
Pardon, Raymond?
How much coding is needed in this course?
So in this course, what we are going to do is we are going to do a bit of coding in terms of shell scripting. We are going to do some coding. We are going to do some sort of a coding when we are writing YAML files. Yeah. But if you ask me in a real life kind of a job, you need to do some sort of a coding, which is 20 to 30%. Yeah. When you are performing a job of an engineer. So in our course, we are going to tell you what are the different things you can do when it comes to some sort of writing a script, some sort of automation, creating a manifest file and all those things. So it is going to be there.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question. Like I wanted to ask, what will be the sequence? What we gonna touch from the scratch? Like what will the sequence?
Okay. Yeah, so first and foremost, what we are going to do is start with basic of Windows and Linux operating system. What is Windows, Linux operating system? What is Windows? What are the commands we have to use when we are working with Linux? Then we will start with cloud. Yeah, we'll understand what is a AWS cloud. We will try to build a virtual machine on it. Yeah, we'll try to see how do you log in into it and all those things. Yeah, how do you build application on top of a virtual machine? So this is the starting point for us. Then we will move to Git. Yeah, and we'll understand the what is Git. Yeah, how do you work with Git? How do you create repos? How do you commit your code and all those things? And then we'll slowly move to Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, and so on. Yeah.
Thank you
So
so much.
in Jenkins, so we are looking like we'll be assigning a runner and all those things, creating a pipeline.
So we are going to create a pipeline, but we are not going to create a multi-node kind of a Jenkins pipeline. Yeah. So
Okay.
we'll use a single node, and that we are going to create a kind of a pipeline.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Quick question, like how deep you are going to cover this Kubernetes, Jenkins, because Kubernetes topic itself is a huge, like
Yes.
how much you are going to cover in that, you know?
Yeah. So see, in Kubernetes, I am going to cover the architecture of Kubernetes. Yeah. What is a complete flow when it comes to building any kind of a pod on Kubernetes? We are going to look at what is deployment. We are going to look at what is scaling. Yeah. We are going to look at what is services. We are going to touch base on the gateway load balancers. Yeah. And this is what we are going to cover. We are not going to go in depth on other things in the Kubernetes, because the class is not going to means last more than 60 hours, 60 70 hours. Yeah, and if I want to go into details of Kubernetes, that class is not going to go more than 80 hours, because there are so many complex topics, all those things.
Yeah, understood. Like, because I'm not a complete beginner, I'm not here to learn basic Linux commands or anything like that, because I just want to know, like, you know, is it good for uh, not so beginner kind like me?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. For you, if you are already working on tools like Jenkins, yeah, if you're already working on Git, if you're already working on Kubernetes system, yeah, then I would say that you should better go for a Kubernetes certification, yeah, which will add value to your skill set if you know things. Yeah.
Yeah, I know very superficial, very high level, and I'm not a completely beginner. So that is what, like, you know, I don't want to come to this class and you know, get disappointed. Hey, you're teaching very basic stuff here. So that's what I want to know. Like, is it good for me? You know, I know
Yeah.
basic stuff like, you know,
Yeah.
how Jenkins work, how Kubernetes works, how
Huh.
Linux.
Yeah.
I'm not a completely, I'm not a
Okay.
complete beginner.
So maybe what you can do is check the course content. Yeah, check the content. Yeah. Uh, just then give your feedback as to whether it is aligning to what you want to learn. Yeah.
Mm.
If that is not matching, then I better recommend you that yes,
Mhm.
you can go for a very kind of a focused approach. Yeah. Learn
Yeah.
Kubernetes. Yeah. If
Yep.
you want to
Mhm.
learn, yeah. If you say that you know basic of Jenkins and all those things, then yes,
Mm.
you can build on that knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are multiple things you can do, and go some deep. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Last question.
So you are looking for only AWS, I mean Azure only you are looking for teaching in this, sir. So why you are looking to only for Azure? So if you are in DevOps, Azure is there, and AWS and GCP is all available in this DevOps sector.
Yes.
But,
So
but
AWS, Azure, GCP, these are the cloud providers from
yes, sir.
which we are going to use the compute to build our Jenkins server. Yeah. So this class is not about learning the cloud. Yeah, it is the class is about learning Jenkins, Git, Kubernetes, Docker. That's why I'm just taking one cloud provider and just working with it.
Okay, but you are looking for only the experienced person in this line, no?
So I want somebody who knows. I don't have to give him the basic that how do you create a Linux machine? How do you log in into a Linux machine? What is SSH and all those things? You should know those things. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Why
So
you
on
are looking?
that note, please mark your attendance. That will help us to reach out to you if you have any queries. You can pass that. Yeah. And I can see some questions. What is the fee structure? You can get in touch with the Shruti. She will be able to tell you fee structure, duration. Duration
Yes,
would
sir.
be around 60 to 60 hours.
Yes, sir.
Integration I will teach.
Yeah.
What is AWS service? Okay. So Raymond, for that, you can get in touch
Yes,
with
sir.
Shruti. She will be able
Sir,
to help.
only one thing, sir. Sir, you are taking only Azure. So what is the market begin on this, sir? Sir, if you go for AWS, only the market availability of the, for vacancy and all is very high level. And GCP also somewhat, but Azure is not at all starting in this line, no? So in India, I'm talking
No.
about in India.
No,
Not.
so it's
Okay,
not
okay.
like that. Okay, it's not like that. AWS, Azure has a good market. Even GCP has a good market. Okay, but if you look
Yes.
at in numbers, almost Azure and AWS are at the same numbers, getting almost 35-40% of the market share each. Yeah, but because this class is not about teaching the cloud, the class is about teaching DevOps. Okay,
Okay. Okay,
then
sir.
because if I start you teaching AWS, then it is going to take 50 hours to teach me complete services, most use services of AWS. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But that's not the intent of this. There are other courses where we teach AWS, where we teach Azure, where we teach GCP as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay,
How
sir.
many
Okay.
months in the course? So we are going to have almost 1.5 hour daily. So you calculate, we are going to do almost 60 hours, 65 hours based upon the pace.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, may I know your name and background?
So you can get the details. Okay. So I have a huge industry experience. I have trained almost more than 10,000 students. Yeah.
Okay.
Multiple certifications I have.
Okay.
So yes, you can get the details. Yeah.
From where?
From the admin team.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. See you soon. Bye bye.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.